Should you invest in San Antonio, Texas? When choosing a new market, deciding where to invest can be a challenging decision for both newbie and seasoned real estate investors. That's why we built a free analytics tool to help you get the pulse of a market for investing. My name is Ariel Herrera, your fellow data scientist with Coffee Closers, a powerful analytics platform to help you find cash flowing deals in minutes. If you want to see more deep dive market analytics, then please like this video and I'll be sure to make more content like it. All right, let's get started. As a real estate investor, I found it pretty difficult when first time going out of state investing, trying to understand a new market. This is why we've built a free dashboard to get a pulse on different top US city markets across the country. So right now we're looking at San Antonio. And from what we could see for listings, as of March 25th, 2024, there are about 7,000 on-market listings, with an average listing price of $325K, average days on market 43, and average price per square foot $178. Now the question that we want to answer is, can we invest in San Antonio? Is it a good market? Well, first we need to understand a little bit more about what types of properties are in this area. If we look at this chart, we could see that most properties are between 325K. And if we see for the top, the most, it's between 230 to 240K, about 240 properties that fall between this bandwidth and are 3 bedrooms. If we look below, we could see where the concentration of higher price properties are versus lower price. So for example, the lighter the color, which we see is mostly concentrated in this part of San Antonio as well as northern, tend to be higher priced properties. Whereas more south, as well as some concentrated areas east and west, we could see lower priced properties. We could even dive into zip codes to see what the median price is, rent, as well as number of listings if we're looking to hit certain targets. But particularly, I love using this tool for cash flow. So overall, San Antonio has a median cash on cash return, negative 11%. But we could see here, there are actually cash flowing deals happening. This one has a modest return of 2%, which won't really turn heads, but we know with real estate, we're playing the long game, usually not just for cash on cash return, but also for appreciation. We could look here, we could see that there are some properties that are above 1 or above 0 when it comes to cash on cash return. And if we look at this chart, we could see for rent, which areas have higher rents. And if we go to opportunities, we can get a better idea about this city. We could see how many fixer-upper listings there are, ability to add a bedroom, so properties that have a lot of square footage with the possibility of converting, say, a dining room into a bedroom. How many are ADU eligible, meaning that they are single-family homes, but they're sitting on, say, multi-family zoning. And how many for sale by owner properties. Diving into San Antonio and looking, is it a great place to invest in or not? What I like that I see here is that there's a variation of A to D neighborhoods. There are a lot of areas that are, say, B, that sit in between these C plus C areas. So this could be emerging markets. And if we like, we could say, click on one of these. This particular neighborhood or US Census tract, if we open it up, the side panel will give us a view of economics. This area is pretty much below state average across the board for median household income, employment, vacancy, etc. What's really interesting is that we have a live market view. There are 5 listings listed at $409K, the median rent of $2K. And if we go back to our app where we have some stats, we could see that it's around the median for estimated rent, and the homes are listed above listing price across the whole city. So this helps me to start to think this may be an emergent area. And if we go to property attributes, we could see the median construction year is 2023 for recently sold properties. Of the recently sold properties, there are probably some that were older homes completely torn down and replaced with newer properties. I'd want to go with an agent to really validate this. Just by looking at the maps and seeing B areas, B minus areas that are within different pockets of the city, I can assume that there may be emerging areas, and I'd like to go with an agent as well as doing even more research, maybe looking at news articles to learn even more. Now, what if we compare San Antonio against another market? So, going to Market Compare, you could use this tool to compare any city from the 50 to another. So, here I'm comparing it against Houston, Texas, a similar type of market in the same state. Number of listings, an average listing price is pretty similar, with Houston having a little bit higher of median estimated rent. Then we could look at cash on cash, which Houston is somewhat a little bit better, but relatively these markets are very similar in terms of their metrics. Based off of what we've seen in terms of what the median listing price is, the maps that we see of possible emerging markets, and its consistency with some other markets that are similar to it, I would definitely want to explore San Antonio a bit more with an agent, contractor, or maybe even talk to other investors in the Bigger Pockets community. Hope this was useful, and definitely check out Coffee Closers to explore these listings in more detail. We have a 7-day free trial, and you could book a demo below. Thanks.